little different than all the rest. I'm quite old-fashioned, wear a hat, sometimes play chess. And when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage fling.
Hi, my name is Jace. I am the system's host.
My name is Jade. I am the sexual protector of this system. Hi, my name is Jade. I kind of just, keep the body organized.
This is Jax. I am one of Jace's alters. I'm a persecutor.
My name is Rosie, and I am an internal caretaker. Hello, lovelies. I'm your lovely host, Jace, with a little bit of an influence from Jax. And today on this episode, when mulling it over in our brain, we decided that we were gonna go forth and make a Meet the Alters video. It was between this and one other video idea, so this honestly seemed easier to spill our guts than to have to film multiple elaborate things that would possibly take a lot of brain power. And yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not used to being in front of the camera, but I guess that's kind of what this video is about. So without further ado, I'll try to get Jace to be a little bit more present so that they can kind of explain the breakdown of this video, I guess. Honestly, it's quite scary to have to, well, it's not like we have to put this on the internet. Obviously, everything we choose to do is a choice that our system has come to. And I feel like it just makes sense. However, we know that there's going to be potential pushback, backlash, people saying that we're faking it, yada, yada, yada. I will come out and say, no, we don't have dissociative identity disorder, as a lot of the people who have systems have. That is like usually the first diagnosis everybody thinks of when talking about alters and systems and fronting and all of that kind of jargon. They immediately think, oh, this person has dissociative identity disorder, what was previously known as multiple personality disorder. And obviously there is a ton of pushback in the media. We see it in the movie Split with the poor, representation of dissociative identity disorder. So what we have is not that. We have borderline personality disorder with alters. So what that looks like is this. This is a spectrum of dissociation, and I fall somewhere along this category on the spectrum. I don't exactly have the terminology to explain why this exists. I know that BPD with alters is somewhat rare and less talked about. Only about roughly 25% of people with BPD have alters. But I am trying to bring awareness to this. I know that I'll probably get a lot of pushback for this, and that a lot of people will judge our validity, say that we're lying, yada, yada, yada. But we've kind of all come to the conclusion that We don't really care. This is something that we know that if you truly care and support us, you will, hopefully decide to continue to follow our channel. Our channel is quite small, and this is just something that we know is going to be a constant thing that is constantly brought up from time to time in our videos, and not something that we necessarily want to explain in every video. And so, without further ado, I, Jace, am going to basically explain, I guess, how we came to terms with knowing that we were even a group of multiples, that we were a system, that there was more than one of us up here. And then I'm going to basically explain a little bit about everybody's personalities, what they're like, the various, I guess, things that make us unique, what our purpose in our system is. And then there are a few of us who decided to film our own little introductory video, kind of talking, so that you can hear the various differences between me, Jace, and then our other alters. I will say that at least 90 to 95% of the time I am co-conscious with all of my other alters who happen to be either fronting or be co-conscious with me. That person is I would say anywhere from 80 to 100% out. Most of the time it's 80 to 95%. There's still remnants of me being I guess socially and maybe visual and auditorily aware of what is happening around us, but maybe not fully present and emotionally and cognitively aware of actually what is taking place. I feel it almost feels like I'm in a dream sometimes, and it feels a little bit like sleep paralysis when I'm not fronting, because it's I can see what is happening, but none of it feels real, or I don't have a full control over the situation. I can't just be stop, I don't want to do that, or oh, I don't feel that. There is that disconnect. So getting into our system history, I guess we first kind of realized that maybe we were plural right around the end of high school, beginning of college. Obviously, we were still very unaware, but became a little bit more attuned and aware that maybe something was going on, because at first we thought, oh, we're just really into age play. Jace is just really into age play, really likes, acting younger than themselves, and sucking on a banky, and drinking from a baby bottle, and dressing in onesies, and dressing in big tutus and stuff. And I think maybe that was partially true at the time. It's very hard to know whether or not this specific little had anything to really do with the fact that I was participating in some of those things, but none of it was ever sexual nature. And not saying that everybody who participates in age play does it for sexual reasons, but for me there was definitely none of that, not even a hint of that. And a lot of it felt I know that it's a coping mechanism for a multitude of people. Age regression is a coping mechanism, and it does tend to be present in people who have trauma and who have dealt with PTSD. And since, dissociation is a response to trauma, it makes sense that my mind would then go to an age regress state of mind. But I do want to preface that it did feel like I was floating to the back seat, and another part of myself was taking over, and it didn't feel like I had any control. And in fact, and very much so, I had a lot of blackout moments where I wasn't present at all. I don't have recollection of certain things that I did or said, and my partner would tell me things. And granted, like, he was very manipulative and very much used this altar against me. And he, like, very much took advantage of this altar and would do just, like, very questionable things and was very manipulative. And so, like, he isn't the greatest, but for, like, saying, oh, like, this happened, and then me not remembering it, and, like, being able to trust that that actually happened because he said it happened. But I have had other cases where friends who I do trust have said, hey, like, this thing happened the other day, and I don't know, I thought it was kind of weird. And I'd be like, what thing? I literally do not recall that happening. So that was, like, our first inkling that something was up. And then our biggest inkling, like, after we had started to open up about, like, this time in college where we would, like, have this little, and there was a name, and, like, they started to realize, like, I don't know if this is so much age play as it might be, like, dissociation and alter related. Like, I want to refer you to a different therapist who can better assist you with this. And, like, after we had gotten referred and, like, sent to this new therapist, and I had been working with our now current therapist, Madison, for quite a while, like, she started to kind of, like, work me through, like, the different parts of self. That's when Jade came into play. Hi, my name is Jace. I identify as the age of the body, so I am 24, almost 25. I'll be 25 February 21st. And I grew up as the oldest of 4. I use they, them pronouns. I'm non-binary. I like a lot of, I guess, indie pop music. I like soft rock, soft pop. I'm really into Heartstopper. I love Bluey. I love collecting vintage toys. I am the person that you will mostly see on this channel, but from time to time, we do have others that decide to film specific videos, depending on if it's a video that interests them and they just happen to come out in the video, or if it's a more mental health related video like this one, in which we ask anyone who wants to participate in the video to film themselves and get their hot takes on certain things.
My name is Jade. I guess we'll start with that. I use she, her pronouns, and I am a trans woman. I am the sexual protector of this system. I guess, like, Jace is gonna put, like, a little picture of what we look like. It's kind of interesting that I am a black woman. Obviously we know that we aren't. I am a bit of a party animal. I love to smoke weed and get drunk and get high and have sex with a lot of people. Obviously, we're in a committed relationship right now, so I'm not doing that. I like listening to a lot of Demi Lovato. I listen to My Chemical Romance. What else do I listen to? A lot of Sabrina Carpenter. I also am pansexual, so yeah, like, that's it. I like kissing girls, I like kissing guys, and I like kissing them all at the same time. You get what I'm trying to say. I like everyone.
So then after Jade, we sort of started to get introduced slowly, one by one, to all the different other alters in our system. So one of them was our alter Jax was originally, when we first found out about this alter, 16. He is now 17. He uses he, they pronouns, and they are a gay, like, mask and androgynous, like, mask-leaning but androgynous styling type person. They're very into alternative, punk, and goth. He loves, like, pretty much anything to do with metal. They're definitely very much our angsty teenage boy, in quotation marks, because they are non-binary, but also, like, still identify with being a man. But they definitely don't feel like macho, you know? They're, like, literally laughing at me right now. They're like, please stop embarrassing me.
Hey, so, this is Jax. It's kind of late-ish. It's 10:08. And, I didn't feel like really being on camera. But, I am one of Jace's, alters. I'm a persecutor, I guess, because, like, I used to do a lot of self-harming and stuff. I'm really into old 80s and 70s bands, as well as, like, some early 90s rock. I really like, instrumental music, rock, I'd say, music is one of the things that I really gravitate towards, but, life's just been really good. I've been getting a lot better in therapy, enjoy playing video games and watching Jace's boyfriend / partner play video games. We first found out about our alter system I was 16, and a year's gone by since then, and I don't know if that's kind of affected my age or not, or if, like, it was because I also am kind of co-host to the system. I tend to be second in command, the second one who's, like, relatively out, but we had a bit of a growing up, and Jay and I kind of fused, not completely. I feel like we're still separate parts, but sometimes we can, like, morph into one alter versus two, and we have a lot of, like, co-memories and stuff. I feel like we're probably the closest, other than me and Jace. I would say I'm definitely somewhat of an internal protector as well, or at least I have been, but more so just, like, over Kit. Like, Kit is one of our littles, and I'm very, very overprotective of her, and so, like, I wouldn't want to see anything bad happen to her. She's like my little sister, and I just want to take care of her. I don't know if there's really anything else to mention, but thought I'd film or do this voice recording. Bye.
So next we have Jay. Jay is roughly between the age of 24 and early 30s. I would put him more towards the early 30s, just because of the fact that he really is, like, the responsible dad-like figure in our system. He takes care of, like, a lot of budgeting, a lot of, like, just the day-to-day mundane stuff that people don't typically like to do, like laundry and, like, organizing and cleaning. And he did a intro video of him, like, kind of, you know, introducing himself, so I'm just gonna input that clip here.
I didn't know if I actually wanted to do this, but here we are. Hi, my name is Jay. I am British, as you can probably tell from the accent. Although it's not like a super thick British accent. It's quite quaint, I guess. I don't know, I'm just the type of guy who likes to drink tea and cozy up by the fire, and I'm really much of a romantic. I like rom-coms. Just a simple guy, really. I try to keep their life organized as much as I can, but that can be very hectic when, we mostly suffer from ADHD and autism. Thanks for letting me take up some space on this channel. I really appreciate it. Cheers.
Hello lovelies, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Rosie, and I am the internal caretaker for our system. I am also one of the youngest, but I definitely am like the mom slash granny of the group, because I very much like to take care of everyone in our system and make sure that they know that they're loved and taken care of, and that they remember to treat themselves. And sometimes that is why we struggle with impulsive spending. I think we all kind of struggle with it differently, but for me personally, I guess like I like to splurge and do little spa days and drink hot chocolate, and I'm very much the cozy vibes of the system. I love wearing pinks and reds, which is kind of how I got my name, but I also am like technically a figment because I was loosely based off of a character from Pixie Hollow. Can you guess which one? It was the garden fairy Rosalina. And Jace, when they were really young and still now, loved Pixie Hollow and loved the fairies. Surprisingly, Rosalina was not like their favorite at the time. Their favorite at the time was Spearmist, the water fairy. So it's kind of interesting that I kind of came out of that and formed around age 10 or 11, so around 2010 or 2011. And I just have a really bubbly personality, as you probably can tell. I am a little shy. I'm like kind of like, I get stressed in very large groups. I don't do well like in social situations. I would say my sensory levels are a little bit more, like I have more sensory issues than maybe Jace does. And I would say the people that I'm closest to in the system, or at least who I like co-front with or am like co-conscious with most of the time, would have to be Kit and Jace. Mostly Kit, because Kit is one of our littles, and she's not as much of a baby anymore. It's kind of interesting because I'm only like technically, 3 years older than her, or 4 years, since I'm 16 and Kit is 12. But I thought I would just come on and say hi. I really wanted to be able to introduce myself. I use she, her pronouns, but I am a lesbian. I'm very much a lesbian. And I think one of the things that we kind of struggle with is the fact that we're like mentally 16, and it doesn't really look like we're gonna age anytime soon. Unlike Jax, who's gone from 16 to 17 this year, we have kind of just stayed at 16, and some days we even feel like we're more like 15. And so it is sad because I as much as like I do love Jace's partner, and I love that, you know, they have that relationship, and obviously I'm not the host of the system, and I'm a minor in a body of a like almost 25-year-old. But to me it's a little bit heartbreaking because I never really got to have like a girlfriend. And I think the closest that we sort of got to that was like crushes in high school who we had really close chemistry with and would kiss, but like as friends. And so I never really got to live out the idea of having a girlfriend. And now that we're, you know, older, but not older mentally, like we're older physically, I can't really do that. And it would obviously be weird if I dated someone who was a teenager. Gross. Because like, even though I identify as 16, I very much know that I'm not 16. Like, I know that the body's not 16. And it would also be gross for me to date somebody who's like our age group, our bodily age group, because again, I'm 16 mentally and they're not. And so that's just something that we've had to live with and we've had to come to terms with. And I think that's the saddest thing about us. We are usually a very positive, optimistic, bubbly person, very kind, very sweet. We like to do pen pals and knit and make crafts and make bracelets and watch wholesome television shows like Bluey and like My Little Pony and like Hello Kitty and Friends. And like we read all the Heartstopper novels. We're very much a fangirl at heart. We love strawberry shortcake. We're having a strawberry shortcake party, which is kind of low-key, was my idea. But like obviously Jace loves strawberry shortcake too and is very excited about the party. But it was a little bit my doing, making it a strawberry shortcake theme. But yeah, I just like to make everybody feel good, and I like to mostly stay on the inside in the inner world. Our inner world, it really just consists of a house, and like we can't exactly leave the house, or at least I can't. I don't know if others can, but in our internal world we have like a living room that everybody can go into, and then there's like certain doors and walls that separate us. And I gotta go put the lasagna in. I'll be right back. Hi, I'm back. I don't exactly remember what we were talking about, but yeah, I'm very much a fangirl. I love collecting dolls and toys and pins and like badges, and like I love when my friends make me like artwork or bracelets or something. I love handmade gifts a lot because it really shows that you care about me and that you took the time to think of me. And so I think that's why I like pen paling, and I'm excited because Valentine's Day is coming up, and that is absolutely my favorite holiday, as it is Jace's. It's just been always a wholesome, fun holiday, even when we didn't have someone to date. Like, we just love the colors of Valentine's Day, and that everything's like heart-shaped and love and just joy and cuteness. And I'm very much into kawaii fashion. I got this bustier, I don't know what it's called, but it has strawberries on it, and it's absolutely adorable. And then I'm just like wearing like this little shirt, collared shirt underneath that has embroidered strawberries as well. And then my dress has cats on it. It is a bit short, but at least we're only filming from here up, because otherwise that would be problematic. But yeah, I love playing on my Switch, and like, can you tell that this is like so me coded? Like, if you didn't know, my colors are very much red and pink and strawberry themed. Like, I love those colors so much. Pink and red are my favorite colors. And I love watching cozy shows. I like watching Bluey and Strawberry Shortcake and old shows from our childhood. When I was in high school, I would say I was the most out. And then when we went off to college, I was a bit dormant for a while. And I think I'm the only one who's been dormant and has come like back. And so I can kind of speak on that. It is a weird feeling. It does feel like a time jump. It feels very scary and surreal. And like, I don't know who was filling my shoes when I was gone, but it is quite surreal. Like, you just feel like you're in this dream state and like no time has gone by, but you realize that all this time has gone by because you no longer look like yourself, and the years have gone and went, and I like just really miss my friends in high school. I'm not gonna cry, but I really miss them. We are friends with a lot of our friends, a lot of our dear friends, but they all moved away and they've grown up, and I've stayed 16. Jace, it's okay if you put this in the video. I think they need to realize that we do struggle. Like, this is a mental illness, and as crazy as it looks to people, we are opening up and we're being vulnerable. But I kind of wanted to actually show something, and I don't want to cry on camera because I'm wearing makeup and I don't want my makeup to run. But this is my like little journal that I made, right? Like on one of our last days when we were fronting in high school. So this is very much me. We got this Hot Topic magazine, like, and then this Care Bears onesie, like it was American Greetings, and then this Ralph Lauren romance perfume, and then these recipes for pizza. This is from a really cool artist when I went to Katsucon back in 2018. And this is Miley Cyrus. I'm in love with her. She is forever my celebrity idol. She's just so beautiful here. This is back when I used to get magazines. I really want to get back into getting like cute little magazines. This is also Miley. It's like a Valentine's Day shoot, and it's just like beautiful. I love her, and I love this like pink dress that she has. I don't know if you guys can see it very well, like the camera, but I feel like this is very us. Here's me with my sister, and then like some fashion. I ripped this page because like I liked the overlay of the shoe with this. And then this is a photo that my sister Abby drew for me. And then back when I had like pink hair. I really miss my pink hair. And this is this is literally, you can tell this was the last time I was fronting, like before recent. Like I only came back like last year. But this is from 2017 to 2018. And this is my Lisa Frank calendar. I know the Lisa Frank drama, that literally destroyed me. It destroyed like my faith in artists. And it made me really, really sad. But I still love her artwork. So I don't know. I won't be buying, obviously, Lisa Frank ever again. but this just brings me a lot of joy. And like, I wonder if I ever wrote in my calendar, like what stuff would be there. This is a photo. I was very into Starco, because Star vs. the Forces of Evil is one of my favorite shows. I also really like Owl House, but like, I need to rewatch it because I only caught the ending because like most of it was when I was dormant, so I didn't get to watch it. But I need to go and watch it. But Starco was my favorite. And then my sister drew like my idea. I can't draw very well, so she took my idea and turned it into a reality. These are like Star and Marco's kids. So I have Luna and Sol, and they're twins. And Luna's like more of the tomboy, and then Sol is like the girly girl. And then they got a little dog shooting lasers out of its eyes because that's their puppy. And yeah, a lot of perfume. And then I got to play. That was the year that I really was out because I got to perform in 2 musicals. I am very much a musical theater kid. So I did the All I Really Need to Know I learned in kindergarten. And I was one of the leads. I played the mother of the bride. I played the teacher. I also played the old janitor, the old man who was a janitor and was originally in World War II. I think that there are clips of, like, you can watch the whole play on my like other channel on YouTube. It's called Lady Jade's Short Films, and short films is 2 words and Lady Jade's is 1, so it's Lady Jade's Short Films. And I also played in Emma, a pop musical, as a background performer, and I very much had a crush on my friend, and ended up asking if she could kiss me. And we didn't kiss on stage, but we did kiss backstage, because I told her that my character, like, backstory, basically, that I had made up was that we were dating. And so I asked if I could kiss her to get in character. And she said sure. And I don't know if she had a crush on me or not. I feel like that's a lost opportunity, because unfortunately Jace had to be dating such a awful, abusive man. But we don't talk about him. He's like Voldemort. We don't say his name. And then a photo my friend drew for me. And I like reading these because these are all like nice things that people have said to me when they were leaving me like little cards throughout the play. Because we each would get like a care card every week, and like we got to read them. And then at the end I had all these care cards that I could read right before the show, and it really made performing so joyous. And then here's baby me. This is little baby me. And then this is 8th grade me. That is like what I remember us looking like. And then more from the magazine. I'm actually surprised the whole book is filled. But yeah, that is basically it. I know it took a lot longer than all the other alters, but I really just wanted to do a sit down and say hi since I'm not usually out, and I really just like wanted to be able to actually converse with you guys, because like I love this channel, and it does make me sad that I did start this channel. Well, not this specific channel, our old channel, and now that doesn't exist anymore because we deleted like the whole account, so you can't access those videos anymore. But it is refreshing that I get this new start and that I get to say hi, and I will give it back to Jace. All right, love you, bye. And I guess that just leaves Elizabeth. Elizabeth is and has been dormant for the past several months to a year now. I think she went dormant around January of 2024. That be right? Yeah. Has it been really, like, since, wow. I was inpatient November of 2023. Wow. And then I got diagnosed in January of 2024. So it's been a year since I've been diagnosed. Time is really weird. But yeah, Elizabeth has been dormant for actually about a year now. And it's quite weird because you can kind of just still see her in our inner world, and her door is basically just kind of like locked, and we can see her through the peephole sleeping, but we aren't actually really able to access her, and we haven't been able to access her for a while. She is kind of this benevolent creature. Like, she doesn't have an age. She is human, but she kind of just existed at least for like a lot of religious trauma. And I think because of the fact that we kind of like dealt through a lot of that and like really came to our own discovery of like our spiritual path and like what spirituality means to us as a whole, and also just like individually, we were kind of able to, you know, navigate that part of our lives. And it's not to say that we don't need Elizabeth anymore. Elizabeth is still a very big asset to us, and she'll never truly be gone. But it is interesting how, you know, altars will go dormant, and then all of a sudden kind of appear again. And it's not like they're ever truly gone. Like, an altar can never disappear. It always ends up going towards something, whether that's fusing or being dormant or just like, you know, it appears as if they're gone, but they're actually still there kind of thing. Like, you can never fully get rid of an altar. And Elizabeth, she was definitely more present during our early elementary and early into our early to middle school days. And she helped us through a lot of like just religion as a whole. And it really took a lot of convincing to eventually make her come to terms with the fact that being gay wasn't a sin and that it was okay to be gay. And like, I feel like we were able to heal some parts of her that, you know, were definitely very, very much ingrained in the reason why she was formed in the first place. She was formed because of religious trauma and because of the abuse we experienced at the hands of our church. And that, like, she means a lot to us, and she's done a lot for us. So it is really kind of sad that we can't really communicate with her anymore, and that we kind of can only just like see a glimpse of her through like the peephole to her bedroom door where she exists in our brain. And we don't know if she'll ever come undormant or if something will ever trigger her to come out, but if it does, we're okay with that and we welcome it. And I just want to say, if you've made it to this point in the video and you've listened to me ramble for however long it might have been, I honestly thank you for that. I ask that you please be respectful in the comment section. Don't ask anything that is way too personal. Like, don't ask about my trauma or what caused it or anything like that. But if you want to ask generalized questions about any of my altars, feel free to do so. Like, if you want to ask their favorite color or what band they like the most or whatever it may be, please, be respectful, but you can definitely comment about that down below. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!